Good morning. Welcome back to that Gen X Friend podcast. Before I begin, as usual, I want to give a shout out to MB Radio. Awesome. Yeah, what a great place to be. Thank you for this opportunity. So, obviously, you know what? I'm just going to accept it. I'm a little awkward in my transitions. It kind of fits the Gen X thing. I don't want to be polished. This is the real me. Because sometimes there's just really no transition into, hey, what's going on, everybody? To, hey, we're going to talk about this or that. Yeah, this is real time. I typically think about a topic, and then before I record, I write the little description, and then I just hit record because I don't want to have anything sort of, sure, it's good to think about, right? Gather your thoughts, because I had this topic in my head for a few days now, but what I say is nothing is scripted. It's just based on my thoughts. It's like I am having a conversation with you guys. I am that Gen X friend. So, you know how Gen X people are. We just kind of, well, not to put a blanket statement on the entire Gen X population, but we're pretty straightforward that I found. And really, from my friends, we don't really shy away from things. So here we go. Here's the transition. No, not really. So, you know, for everybody who's living today, old enough to be in the job market, or, you know, observant enough, even if you're younger. I don't know how young the audience is, or the youngest who listen, but I'm sure most of us are of age and who's been in the job market or have worked. So outsourcing, it's been a topic of discussion for many decades now. Increasingly, like I mentioned in the description, you know, we felt it through the job market. Right now it's AI. Ooh, you know, that's not outsourcing. That's just, I don't know what that is. Let's just call it outsourcing, because it's not. It's replacing humans, right? In a way, it's outsourcing. We've felt it in other ways, like, oh, where did all the manufacturing go? From whatever country. I'm sure you can, if your country, wherever you're listening to this, there I go. I'm trying to be include everybody who may be listening. I don't know how far this is reaching, but I suppose it doesn't matter unless your country is the manufacturing hub. Most countries have sort of outsourced a lot of their manufacturing, especially the US, where I am at currently. You know, outsourced work, it really does have an avalanching effect, unrealized in so many ways. And you know what got me thinking about this topic, which is labeled, the title today is Hanging On by a Thread When Outsourcing Hits Personally. What got me thinking about this is I see discussions on all sorts of media about how Gen Z, is it, or Gen Alpha, it doesn't matter, after Gen X, have become more and more disconnected. They're more connected than ever via the internet, via our phones that we have, like constantly just, oh my God, this and that. We're connected to things that before the internet, we wouldn't have been able to find out until days later, maybe months later, not so quickly. We are so connected in the moment, in the very second something happens, boom, it's all over the internet. Information overload is crazy. But yet the younger generations feel also at the same time most disconnected on a personal level, right? And I was like, why? And most of the discussions how about this phenomenon that's happening is because this is where it ties into the outsourcing. When it hits home, when we outsource our personal connection to a text or personal, like sending love via something, a present that can be bought. Sure, they're great. It's a great way to express it. If it's not just I mentioned before, a cold exchange of something, of a good to replace or to act on behalf of this personal connection, right? Like you can send somebody a text, hugs, somebody who's down the street. And we've all done it. I've done it. Heck, I try not to leave the house unless I have to. And I could intentionally spend the time to walk down a couple streets to say hi and to give that hug, right? But instead, I have outsourced it to this little device I have in my possession. Hugs, I love you, or the text. I'm not trying to not appreciate the ability to text, which sometimes it's great to a degree, always to a degree. How we utilize it when it's the only availability of communications we have, great, let's do it. But when we outsource these things that we can do on a personal level, personally, face to face, in person, like giving a hug, like, I don't know, talking to your friend, talking to your parent, parents, talking to your child, being there, right? We outsource it to this almost it's like it's not fake. It's still, there's a level of realness to it, but there's a barrier. It's like seeing through glass, right? Just say, remember back in when COVID was happening, people were hugging through plastic makeshift little whatever. Yeah, sure. But there's nothing comparable to human touch, right? Even with the clear plastic, you're still close enough that you can feel somebody, but there's a veil that separates that. And in a way, it's outsourcing. And I see examples like many products that as a parent, I'm just going to give you examples where I believe this is where I'm tying into the outsourcing, right? As a brand new mom, when I was an active duty Marine, I would have loved to have had this because, man, I didn't sleep. I just didn't sleep for many reasons we won't go into. But when I had to burp my infant son, it felt like forever. When I tried to put him to bed, it felt like forever, right? Now they sell these products where the burping, like you lay this child in these various devices, of course, safely. Some may be questionable. And this contraption does the job. It has a manual sort of whatever lever that pats it, the baby on the back or on the bum or wherever. I think you can set it, and in a rhythmic manner, sort of mimicking the patting of a parent, right? However, yeah, sure, it's convenient and great. I think I would have loved to have it at certain times. And outsourcing that when I need some sleep would have been an appropriate use, right? But to outsource it completely to these devices, these things that are meant to make life easy, we're missing the most basic fundamental building block of humanity. What makes the world worth it? Like, if I have that and I just obsessive compulsively use it because I just, oh my God, this is going to take forever, I'm so tired, I would have missed knowing what it felt like to have this tiny little person who trusted me, who my heart was next to his heart. And as much it is frustrating, and it can be sometimes, that connection, that person to person touch, right? The heat of my body, the heat of his body, and our connection, the chemicals that develop, that courses through our bodies, moms and dads, right? Of course, differently, but the chemicals that courses through our body that builds the bond of human connectivity, not through this, that would have been gone. Outsourcing, we do it on so many different levels. From the heart space, right? When we outsource our love, the time that we give to show our love. Like, I'm not saying I'm not guilty of this, right? There are many times when my son was younger that I would let him watch TV so I can do stuff. Was it all necessary? No. Sort of being a single parent. Yeah, that was a way for me to outsource my parental responsibilities, right? And I outsourced it. And now I see being shown, being displayed, not because I'm looking for it, but by people themselves, on TikTok, on YouTube, on whatever media, social media you're seeing, how they have outsourced the display of love to giving. Now, like, how is giving bad? Through giving inanimate objects, things that will take the place of you, of me, of our personal investment into that person, into whatever. It doesn't have to be a person. It can be, we have outsourced our own intentional use of effort or whatever to things, objects that can do it better, or that could maybe remove some of the frustrations. Great. I am not downing that at all. I think it is necessary to be smart, to utilize the resources we have available to us to help make life better. But at this current state in time, I feel as if we have gone beyond the risk to benefit ratio, right? The benefits have been used beyond, to the point that it removes any sort of personal responsibility, personal time to think about it. Like we've outsourced our thinking. A lot of people to AI, to large language models, ChatGPT, things like that. I can't even name all the AI assistants. I'm not saying it's bad. Like there's some things I do via AI, not because I don't want to think, but I don't know what to think. Like, my car is doing this. I don't know anything about mechanics. So I can use the AI, to help me figure out, potentially, not that I trust AI completely, because I don't. But it gives me an open door to something to work on, right? I don't take it completely for what it is. But when you search for, like, help me do this math problem, break it down for me. Oh, okay. I don't just tell it, I don't use AI in that manner, like, do this for me, but I don't want to know how. But a large portion of the population have begun to use AI and outsourcing our own cognitive processing abilities. If you ask AI and it tells you that, and you're like, oh, okay, cool, let's do that. Without thinking, without any hindsight, without learning why. Why are you telling me this? Like, where things need to be explored, there's no exploration anymore, because we've outsourced thinking. Because you know what? It's frustrating to think. I think so much all the time. It is so frustrating. So I get it. I would love to have somebody or something think for me. But I'm also the type of person that it bugs me if I don't understand it. Maybe that's why I have all this gray hair, which is okay. I digress. Sorry. But outsourcing, when it hits close to home, right? I tell you about a whole bunch of examples, but what it concerns me, the part that concerns me, is when we outsource love, acts of love, acts of kindness, the things that the thing that is the glue that holds humanity together. That's when it doesn't just hit close to home, right? Just say a mom, obviously, a family, parents are both working, economy's bad, inflation's bad. They're really just busting their butt to make some money, to keep the house, to keep the family afloat. It's really not hard to see why they would want to outsource some of this, on top of it, working all the time. Like, oh, I just don't want to deal with this right now. I just want to go to sleep. How about I lay on the couch, I put on a movie for you, for a kid or whatever, or give them there's so many things that we do now, like video games or whatever. Here's an iPad, here's a phone. I'm here with you, but I'm not here with you. I'm just trying to catch some sleep. Wow, I'm so sympathetic and empathetic. I can't say anything today. Empathetic to it too, because I felt that. I've been there. Can we blame that? No. But then what the building blocks of humanity, the glue that keeps us not slipping into the Walking Dead, not zombies, like, not using their zombie example, but when you remove that, we from the home where we should have that connectivity, right? That's how at home we teach our kids how to connect with the rest of the world as they grow up and stuff. When the basic building block of love, of morality, of care, of compassion is outsourced to something, to somebody else, to a video game, to a movie that lacks that real teaching, the human touch to it. Sure, it may teach something good, but it's fickle. It's like back in the day they used to build cars with real, like not plastic, real stuff that even if you hit something, it's not much of a dent. It's that it still may look the same from the external, but when the real stuff hits the fan, even a small sort of collision in the real world will crush that, right? So that's when, I don't say this lightly, that's when outsourcing at the home at a personal level is the slippery slope. We're hanging on by a thread, but we have control over it. We can strengthen that thread. It's like, I don't know if anybody has ever done it, like your sweater, you can like, oh God, there's something coming out, and you start ripping, right? But you can go back and mend it. You can strengthen that piece and it will still hold it together. It's not the whole that makes us strong. It's the individual threads that weave into make us a whole as a humanity, as a population, that makes us strong. So when we outsource the things that in the home, love, in the personal space, in the heart space, morality, responsibility, compassion, ethics, that's when, and I believe, in my opinion, you can disagree, that's why we see much of this, I don't know, slippage into dystopia. We are living in a dystopian sort of state. And it's palpable. I feel it. I know many other people feel it. It's this uneasy, like, what is happening in the world? What happened? Why are we like this? And there are people there. I contributed to it. I said I was guilty of putting my, son in front of a TV, have him watch Finding Nemo. That was one of his favorite movies. He made me watch it for a month, every day, all day. I still love the movie. It's a great movie. I quote it, which is sad. Just keep swimming, right? It's a great movie. It has a lot of good lessons, right? Looking back on it. But if he would have just been shown it and never explained on a personal level, I didn't teach him. So when I say that I contributed to this, the state of being right now, I did. And you don't have to tell anybody. We all know. Even if we never tell anybody, God knows and we know. We always know what we did, and God always knows what we did. So there's always two that knows the truth, all right? Because the truth, there's your truth, my truth, their truth, and the real truth. So, but regardless, man, we know what we're doing when we're doing it. So I'm not trying to be like the black pill. I hear that word or that phrase a lot. Not black pill, but more like hey, we are hanging on by a thread. We are. But we are the thread that can make it better. We have control in that. We can do things. Don't outsource your love. Don't outsource your hug. Don't outsource your compassion, your humanity to a text, to a, I'm going to say a prayer for you. Not that saying a real prayer is not, it does work. It does help. But just to merely type it, I'm going to say a prayer for you. Hand emoji, like the hand emoji, and then move on, forget about it. That's outsourcing. That's outsourcing it to a very compassionate looking text, and then nothing of substance follows. Nothing of humanity follows. If saying a prayer is great, but if showing up at their doorstep, giving them a hug, telling them in person that you love them, that you care and they matter, or taking the time, whether you like it or not, and how tired you are, taking the responsibility and say, hey, we need to handle this. There's something going on and we need to sit down and take responsibility for it. Not by deflecting, not by pointing the finger, and really sitting down at the home level. From as soon as you realize it, the best time to start is now, right? Because the past is gone. Best time to start is now, and do that. There's a fantastic opportunity that we do not have to remain in this dystopian state. I like to say to people who are listening to read the Bible, to pray to God, but I know not everyone is of the same belief as I am. And I was once the non-believer, and very, not just a non-believer. I didn't understand it. It frustrated me. So I had my own journey. And regardless of where you are, what religion you are, outsourcing or stopping the outsourcing of pouring out your love, your compassion, under the guidance of a good God is crucial. So if you don't want to start with religion or God or anything like that, start at home and just give that time. Don't outsource your responsibility. Don't outsource your efforts. Don't outsource act of kindness. Don't outsource what you personally can do and the deep impact it can have. The world is already outsourcing humanity at an alarming rate. I don't want to see AI take over. I'm sure most people who have to talk to AI assistants to reach somebody for so many different companies have at one point wanted to scream or screamed at the AI assistant, because what the heck is it doing? I don't want to see that. So the world is already doing that enough. We don't need to contribute more to it in our homes, in our hearts, in our brains. We can stop that. We are the glue, right? It's without us as the glue, humanity, I'm saying humanity, the whole wouldn't exist. It's cracking. It's cracking. that's what I wanted to share today, because I'm guilty of outsourcing, and I'm not going to do it anymore. If I can, I will show up personally. If I can't, I will call. If that's not a preference, then I'll text. I'll use whatever method I can with my personal humanity, my human touch to it, to put myself back into the workforce for humanity, whatever that means. So, for example, some of us are sitting under feet of snow and ice banks, and oh man, I need to get away from snow. Maybe go out and shovel a little bit more. Shovel over somebody who you know need help. Do a little bit extra. That's not outsourcing. Don't wait for the city, because man, some cities do not do well. You know who you are. So now if everybody just did a little bit, I'm sure the streets would look a lot different. So don't outsource where we can do ourselves, even when it seems like inconvenience and it's frustrating and it's tiring, and efforts may not seem to be appreciated. I promise you, your heart will be happy. Your heart will feel it. And there will be a warmth that emanates from you that is contagious to others. So start from your own home. Start from your own heart. Don't outsource what we can do better than any AI, any tool. It's that human touch, right? Yeah. What I think from E.T., this is the last bit I'm going to add. From E.T., is it Light Up Your Heartstring, where he goes, E.T. phone home, and his finger lights up? Okay. And the song is Light Up Your Heartlight, I think. I should look these up, but since I'm talking in real time, I'm coming up with these things right now. So forgive me, as usual, for being stumbling over my words. So thank you for being here and listening. The world is already outsourcing us enough to the point where we will be irrelevant if we don't hold on to our humanity, and that can never be outsourced. Don't let it come into your home. Don't let it invade your home. Take control. I pray for you guys all the time. And I hope whoever is under this crazy weather, is apparently 200 million people, the last time I saw the weather report, under some sort of crazy weather event. Please stay safe, stay warm. Let the warmth of your heart help during this season of freezing. So, and until 2 weeks from now, you guys have a blessed day. Bye. I don't think this is ending. Okay, I'm going to hit the button now. Thanks. Bye.
Life is like a duck. Tough times don't last, but tough people do. Here at Military Broadcast Radio, we're teaming up with our friends at Die Tired, the veteran-friendly music band spreading strength, resilience, and mental health awareness, one shirt at a time.
And check this out. Their brand new shirts feature broadcast beaker right on the breast pocket. A reminder that you can weather the storm, and you're never alone.
Shirts are only $25, and proceeds support giving veterans a voice. MBR's mission to teach veterans how to podcast and videocast. Because when our vets are talking, they're not overthinking. They're not second-guessing. Together, we stop the 22 stigma. Grab your shirt today at mbradio.us and hit the shop. or go directly to toramerch.printavo.com/merch/dietiredband. That's toramerch.printavo.com/merch/dietiredband.
Suit up, stand strong.
Remember, we're unduckable together.
You're built tougher than the storm.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to Military Broadcast Radio. As we wrap up today's show, we want to remind you that the podcast of today's episode will be available right after we go off the air. So if you missed any part of the show or want to listen again, be sure to check it out. And remember, we're here to support and honor our veterans. Your stories and experiences matter, and we are committed to giving you a platform to share them. That's right. We're here to give our veterans a voice. So don't forget to catch the podcast and stay connected with us. Giving our veterans a voice.